All right, boys. So I can't believe I'm saying this. Man United 1, Sheffield United 2. I'd say I'm surprised, but it doesn't surprise me at the same time. Eddie, before we started the game, you had a 4-1 prediction. I had a 3-1 prediction, but I said we got to be assertive. We've got to go after them. We got to kill the game early. We've done everything but that. What's your thoughts on the game, mate?
I mean, first of all, we got what we deserved. We deserved nothing, and we got nothing.
Yeah.
And we were just poor defensively. And I know he scored, but Maguire was really bad today. He was really bad.
Jam?
Tempo was up, neat passing, coming forward, but no end product. Just getting to that final third and nothing really. And defense was, for the second goal, it reminded me of like last 2 years. Comedy of errors. De Gea passing it to no one. Just clear up top. Martial lost the ball. We had about 3-4 chances to get rid of it. We dilly-dallied and got what we deserved.
Tux came on here about a week or two, didn't he? And he said, I think it was after the Fulham game, he said that he wasn't convinced and that, you know, there's still causes for concern. And I think we've kind of like highlighted over the last couple of weeks that the right side's an issue. I think Basako looked good today, especially in the first 20 minutes until Sheffield United scored the first goal. Pogba looked like he was playing against kids. We looked immense for the first 20 minutes. And then for me, Pogba he took the ball out from the back, and instead of passing it to Tellers on the left, he tried to make a pass to the right, which then led us to giving the ball away, which led to the corner. And then from the moment they scored that goal, it was a different game. The first 20 minutes was positive, but yeah, going forward from this now, I think this is going to be the biggest test of are Man United really title contenders, because they've had a setback. They're in a title race. Man City are a point ahead with a game in hand. If we don't get anything but a win at the Emirates, City are going to run away with that league. What do you think, Eddie?
I think I made all my feelings clear previously. We are not title contenders, and today you've seen why I think that.
I think I agree with what you're saying. I think sometimes you know you can have a bad day at the office, so to speak. Do you think if we come back against Arsenal with a positive performance, or you just don't think we're there yet?
Yeah. We are not title contenders. I said this when the first time I came on. We are not title contenders. We are miles off, absolute miles off. The fact that Liverpool have dropped so much makes us look better than what we actually are. We're a top 4 team at best. We've got problems all over the pitch.
So, what was the issues for you today?
It looks like Harry Maguire needs a rest.
Okay.
I think he's played every game so far this season, including the cup game. So he looks like he needs a rest. And once again, Bruno Fernandes, there's a lot of dilly-dallying around, and the way Sheffield United, they're a very, very hard-working team, very pressing. You don't have that time. You need to be quicker with the ball.
Is that not just a Bruno problem, but that seemed to be a problem with the whole team, and that seems to be a problem through our gameplay throughout the whole season. We're very slow, very passive. Yeah, it's very pedestrian.
And then obviously you got Martial up front, who is just not producing at the moment, which is another thing.
Yeah, and today could have been a good day for Martial to get some goals in his bag, so to speak. I actually think Ole got it wrong today. I think he should have started with Cavani, because I think even when Cavani came on, he's just got that pressing, that warrior spirit that kind of like drives the rest of the team on. And I think we had nothing up front in that first half. There was absolutely nothing. It was just hopeless. Jam, what about you, mate? What was concerning for you today?
Martial.
Yeah.
Simple, yeah. Martial. Absolutely nothing. Short passes going astray, simple, basic passes. What's he done in the 6 months? Tell me, what's he done in the 6 months? Something of great highlight, something really noticeable. What's he done?
Yeah, he struggled this season. He struggled.
Rather have Greenwood. Okay, you know what I mean? He can't do any worse, can he? Cavani up top, put Greenwood instead of Martial, and go run with it. it's baffling how he gets picked time and time again. I don't know. It's just,
Do you think he's still Ali's first choice? Because even though
he's Ali's favourite. He's Ali's favourite. It's clear.
even though Cavani has been playing recently, he still tends to favour Martial, Rashford, and Greenwood, because obviously those three done so well for him last season. Do you think that is still his front three, or do you think Cavani was rested today, or what do you think?
I think you can't leave them three out for too long. There's preferred three, but Cavani, as and when required, obviously within rotation. But I think Martial and Rashford are his favourites, definitely.
Eddie, if you're Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you've got 2-3 days left, or however long's left of the transfer window. Obviously, I know in terms of making a massive signing, that's not going to happen. But do you look what's out there and see if a short-term loan's possible for a right winger? Because I think that is a massive. I think a right winger could take us to another level, even if it's like a Douglas Costa or someone of some quality on the right-hand side. Do you think that's something that Ole should be pushing for to the board?
Well, if there's a quality player available in any position, you go for it. Not necessarily just the right wing, and that is probably one of our problem areas at the moment.
That is true, mate. That is true. So, what do you think? What do you think Ole's Eddie? What do you think Ole says to the team to pick him up after today?
Well, we go again. I mean, these things happen, and let's not take it out of context. Liverpool went on. They could see 7 at Villa. These things happen, especially this season. Didn't Leicester score 5 at Man City? So it's not like we got absolutely hammered. I think the thing probably most concerning for me was if we come away from the game and Ramsdale was man of the match, save after save, and this and that. I can't think of many chances that we've actually created, which is probably the most disappointing thing. I think earlier on, Fernandes was clean through when Pogba put him over the top. If that touch was better, if we had scored, then I think we would have run riot. Because then Sheffield would have had to change the game, would have had to come out, would have exposed them.
And Greenwood had a similar chance right at the very start, like where his touch let him down and he could have literally tapped the ball in right at the very start. But Eddie, like how you said, obviously, we don't really test the keeper. We didn't really test the keeper today. Even in like the last 6 weeks or the last 2 months, or even when we've been playing well, is that an issue? We don't generally test the keepers enough. It's just like a moment of magic from Pogba, or 2-3 good chances that go in. I mean, can you, apart from the Leeds United game, can you think of a game where we've literally worked a goalkeeper, where the goalkeeper's been man of the match or had to make many saves?
No, but I mean, as long as you create 3-4 chances, we'll take 1 or 2 of those, and that's generally enough. But we didn't create 3 or 4 today that I could think of. Like proper chances I'm talking about. Not like, if his touch was better. I mean, like proper chances where, we sure hit the target, he's hitting wide, or like the goalkeeper saved it, or a last-ditch tackle, which didn't create much. And the only time we played looked dangerous was actually on a set piece. Obviously, Maguire scored and Pogba had a header which was just wide.
Jam, what do you think? Do you think this team that is there right now and all the players that are there are capable of taking us to that extra gear that we need to go to? And do you still think this team, do you still think we're title contenders? I don't want to overreact off one game, but do you think we're capable of taking it to another level? And are we still in the title race at the moment?
Title race, we'll find out Sunday, because in times gone by, when we lost one game, it's 2 draw, loss. It takes about 5-6 games to get back on a run again. And it couldn't get much harder than Arsenal. Knowing it's a different type of pressure now, knowing you don't win, they'll go 4 up, and then it's playing catch up all the while. So must win, biggest game of the season if we want to obviously remain in the race, or even consider being contenders.
And in terms of this group of players and the tempo and the style of play, and like trying to speed up things, like having that urgency or that extra gear, do you think these players have got that within it, or do you think that's what we're lacking?
I reckon the squad's got it within them, but I'm not sure about the starting 11 because it changes every week. I think if you pick the best 11, I think we've got a chance. But see, like for today, Cavani didn't start. I think he's the X factor. His runs, there's nobody like him. Rashford doesn't do it. Martial doesn't do it. Greenwood doesn't do it. He's just a different type of striker. And if he started, I'm sure we would have got something out of it today.
Do you think we can afford to play Cavani 3 times a week, 2-3 times a week?
He's not played much football, has he, since before we bought him? I think he didn't play since March of last year, if I'm right, or I think.
Yeah.
So, and he's been sub quite a few times, so I don't think he's tired.
Oh, what about you, Eddie? Do you think Cavani could have played today? Could have played against Arsenal? The amount of energy he puts in, or do you think he has to be rotated?
I mean, hindsight is a great thing, but I think Cavani was probably being saved for Arsenal, to be honest, and it's obviously backfired.
Yeah, do you think there was some complacency today, like we just literally just turn up, win the game, onto Arsenal?
Definitely. I put that last week when we played against Fulham. You have to earn the right to play the quality football, and in terms of quality, yes, we are ahead of Sheffield United, but we did earn the right to play that football.
Do you think losing tonight against Sheffield United could be almost like the kick up the Arsenal way, Eddie, that this team needs to know what they need to do to win a title? Whereas if we would have lost, if we lose, for example, if we won tonight against Sheffield United, but then lost against Arsenal, everyone would be like, okay, well, Arsenal are still a quality team, so that can happen. But do you reckon this could actually be like a blessing in disguise tonight? Or what do you think?
I guess we'll find at the end of the season.
So you obviously don't think we're in a title race. Do you think top 4 is where we're basically at the moment, like a 3rd or 4th position?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay. Jam, going forward, what kind of reaction are you looking for?
Massive one on Saturday. A win at all costs. Forget the performance. Have to win. There's no two ways about it. You have to win the game first and foremost, and then take it from there. A lot of twists and turns yet, but if you don't win your next game and the other team just runs away with it, you're praying really.
I'm going to ask you, Jam, for your match ratings tonight on players, okay? So I want to give them a rating out of 10. I'm going to start with the goalkeeper. All right. So we're going to go player for player. So Jam, you're going to start goalkeeper. So Jam, out of 10, what would you give De Gea today?
5.
5. In fact, Eddie, we'll take your average. Eddie, what would you have gave De Gea today?
7.
7. So we'll go about a 6 out of 10. Okay. Jam, why 5 out of 10? What could he have done better for you?
I know he got nudged, but he could have obviously punched it clean. I think it wasn't much of a nudge to send him like tumbling. He still landing on his feet, didn't he?
Yeah.
He didn't crash to the ground.
Okay, fair enough. Basaka, what would you have gave him? We'll start with you, Eddie.
I think he's probably our best player. I would say 8.
8 out of 10. And then Jam, what about you?
About 8, yeah. He was the best
player.
Okay.
Twenzabe, rare start for him. Jam, what would you give Twenzabe? I think the deflection is a bit hard. Might be critical on him, but what would you give him out of 10?
6.
6.
6.
Okay, Maguire. Eddie, how did Maguire look for you today?
4.
Okay, what was it about Maguire today that you just?
It looks like his legs are gone, and that's why I said I think he might just need a rest. I mean, you don't become an awful player overnight, but there's a few occasions. I think once when they got the ball out from defence and Fernandes ran back and made the tackle. I don't know where the hell Maguire was going then, and then just like even for their goal, his positioning wasn't the best. And also there's a few occasions in the corner when they had the ball, and people just seem to walk off him. Not even like one punch, just like walk off him. I just thought it looks like his legs are just gone. He just needs a rest.
Was there any reason? Because I said it to you in the pre-game on the Insta. Bailey's not in the squad. Was there any reason as to why he wasn't in today?
Yeah, he picked up a knock yesterday in training.
Okay. All right, sounds. So, Tellez, out of 10, what would you give him? Jam, will start with you.
6.
Do you want to ask Jam about Harry Maguire first?
Sorry, Jam, Maguire, what are you giving him?
6.
You giving Maguire a 6 as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And Tellez gets a 6 for you?
6, yeah.
Okay. What could he have done better? What was there any concerns about Tellez or just what?
His first game back, Shaw's played quite a few games, so you can't really expect much. But he put in a good corner for the goal. But obviously not as influential as Shaw.
And Eddie, what are you giving tell us?
6 as well.
6.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he played, awful, but you could tell there's a little bit of match sharpness that's lacking in that match. I mean,
Okay. Matic, what are we giving the Serbian man himself? So we'll start with you, Eddie. Matic, what do out of 10?
6.
6. Jam?
3.
Because he's Serbian, or just because he's...
I didn't know he was Serbian. Sorry, I thought he was from Albania. He's Serbian. He being serious.
He is, yeah.
I thought Vidic was the last Serbian we had.
Nah, mate. It's Matic. Now, honestly, what would you give Matic out of 10?
3.
So why was Matic a 3 for you?
How long you got?
About 25 minutes, bro. Go on.
Move on.
All right, we'll leave Matic as he is. All right, Pogba?
7.
7. What about you, Jam?
6.
6, okay. Bruno, Jam?
5.
Eddie?
4.
Poor performance. You both agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Marshall?
1.
4.
Wow. So, Jam, a 1. That bad. Talk to us about that 1.
Crazy. Nothing. You watch that match back, just the first half, even the second half, and nothing at all. Gets the ball, simple passes to Rashford to link up, 3-4 yard passes. Can't even make them. No tracking back. Some will say that's not his job, but if you're going to win the title, it's a team game. Everyone has to chip in. It wasn't running at people. Nothing. He just waited for the ball. Let the ball come to me, and then I'll pass it back or I'll lose it. Simple as.
Do you think in the first 2 minutes when he looked like he had that shoulder or arm injury that affected him at all, or?
Nah, he shook it off, I think, because he wasn't in any discomfort going forward. So I don't think that really affected him. Can't really.
Cool. All right. And we got a 4 from you. So, Eddie, Rashford?
4.
4. What about you, Jam?
4.
Yeah. And I think this is what we was talking about the other day, what Rashford's got to do to get to that elite world-class level. I think that they do it every single game, whereas Rashford at the moment, he could play against Arsenal, score will be poor. You don't really know that right now, do you? So, okay, Greenwood?
5.
5. Average.
Okay, Cavani when he come on?
7.
7.
Probably didn't have too much to influence. Donny van der Beek?
0. Nothing.
6. I mean, he did have enough time, so you can't really say much about him. Although, to be fair, Shaw actually looked good when he came on.
So, let's give Shaw a rating out of 10. What would you give him?
6.
6.
Okay, cool. So, Arsenal next. To touch upon, so put United aside. Let's the Chelsea new manager. He started tonight, 0-0.
Get in.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that, Eddie?
I mean, Chelsea absolutely dominated that match. Although the best chance probably did fall to Wolves. They had a couple of chances in the last 5 minutes, which, on another day could have been a defeat.
And Jam, tomorrow, is it tomorrow? It's Tottenham-Liverpool?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What would be the ideal result for United in that scenario? Would it be a Tottenham win to hold Liverpool back when they do start to resurge, or would a draw just be the best result?
Tottenham win.
Tottenham win.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, lads. I'm going to leave you two with a final thought. So, Eddie, I just want you to give your final thoughts on tonight. And off the back of that defeat, how do you feel?
Very demoralised, but we dust ourselves off. We go again.
What would you say to? No, I wouldn't say the haters, but what would you say, one, to the Man United fans to reassure them? What would you say, two, to the sheep or to the people that are waiting for us to fail, that are going to be like, told you so, you weren't in the title race, or Ole's shit or whatever? Like, what would you say to the United fans to reassure them? What would you say to the haters ready for us to fail.
So to the United fans, I'd be like, it's a bad day in the office. It happens. It's happened to every team. It's happened to Man City. It's happened to Liverpool. It's happened to Arsenal on numerous occasions. It's happened to everyone. So don't worry about it. It happens.
Yep.
And to the haters,
so sorry, carry on.
Yeah. And to the haters, your mum.
Okay.
Over to you, Jam.
Over to you, Jam, man.
Yeah, bad day at the office. We've been on a great run. We're due a loss at some point. It's how we pick ourselves up for Saturday. And to the haters, you love it when United win, but we'll go again.
All right, so I'm going to put you on the spot now. A quick prediction for the Arsenal game.
Oh, bloody hell.
Eddie, we'll start with you.
I think the Arsenal game will suit us more because we are generally a counter-attacking team that play with pace. Arsenal will not come, they won't come there and put two banks of four and a holding midfielder somewhere in between and have one man up top. They'll play a bit more expansive football. My only concern being Arsenal has actually hit some decent form now. So I think we will win. I do think we will win.
All right, Jam.
Win 3-0.
Hope so, mate. Hope so. Okay, Jam. Couple of words from Ale. So Ale said, "There's no time to feel sorry for yourself. We've got to go again Saturday." He said, "We lacked spark. We lacked that extra creativity, imagination, and X factor. We need to dust ourselves off and we go again, basically." So, do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no time to feel sorry. Call your heads drop. You have to go again and go hard.
But anything that you criticise Ale for tonight? I know it's easy to say in hindsight, we could have done this, we could have done that, but do you think there's anything that he done wrong tonight? Or
no. When the team came out, I was very happy with the team. There wasn't any concerns. I thought, yeah, this team should do enough to beat Sheffield United, but they obviously win. You can't really blame Ollie for that.
He also mentioned refereeing decisions going against us, but he said overall the performance wasn't good enough. He said it's a setback, but we've got to respond. So I think realistically, the last couple of weeks or months, some of us have started to get hyped up. I think you've stayed grounded, Eddie, but I think realistically, I think United fans deserved to be on a wave for a little bit and celebrate the fact that we're in a title race. Even if we're not, it was still nice to be up there. But the weekend, Saturday, is the big one.
Jaff,
the big one.
3-2 United and expect late drama.
3-2 United, late drama. Okay. Eddie?
We'll win 3-0.
3-0. Wow. Okay. Right. So I guess I'll see you boys the weekend then.
Yep. The big one.
All right, lads. Have a nice one.
See you next one.